The 180 rule, what is it? What happens when you break it? And does it still apply in a one-person interview setup? This is part one of 2 videos. In the next video, I will cover the 180 rule in multi-person scenes, say like 4 people sitting at a dinner table. But for now, let's get into it. The 180 rule, what is it? Say you have 2 people in a scene. You draw an imaginary line between them and then extend those lines out to infinity. Then decide where you want to put a camera. Let's say you want to do a wide. You place a camera here. It's on this side of the line, so you cannot cross over this line with any other shots. You have to stay within this 180 degrees side of this line. So if you want to do an over the shoulder, you can't put it on this side. You would actually have to put it on this side to capture this person over here. Likewise, you would put a camera here on this side to capture this person over here. So now that we know what it is, let's see how it works in action. What? No, I don't want any more coffee, okay? I don't want any crackers or peanuts. I don't want anything. Just fantastic. They're just fantastic. I could feel the emotion because of the acting. It was just amazing, amazing. Okay, let's see that scene again, but this time let's break the 180 rule. So in this example, we're gonna jump a camera to this side to capture this person, and we're going to put a camera on this side on occasion to capture that person. What? No, I don't want any more coffee, okay? I don't want any crackers or peanuts. I don't want anything. So did you feel how jarring it is to jump the line? There's a continuity flow that is invisible when you follow the rule, but becomes noticeable and distracting when you break it, which could easily pull your audience out of the scene. Not that scene, of course, because the acting was so riveting, but you know, your basic scene, it could pull your audience right out. It could even sometimes feel like your characters are switching seats, right? It's like disorientating. Put the 2 frames next to each other and your characters are looking at each other. When you break the rule, the characters are looking away from each other. Now, should you ever intentionally break the 180 rule? Absolutely. If you want your viewer to feel disorientated or unsettled, maybe your character is having a panic attack, or maybe there's a power shift in the conversation. 2 scenes I would look up if you want to see the director intentionally jump the 180 line. Look up the interrogation scene from Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. In this scene, Christopher Nolan jumps the line several times. Most notably for me is when the Joker starts to explain to the Batman that the police and that the city, the government, they will turn their backs on him because at the end of the day, he is just a freak, just like the Joker is. The other is the opening scene from Inglourious Basterds, when Tarantino breaks the 180 rule several times to convey the shifting perspective of who has more power in the scene. Notably, this incredibly bold arc move. The camera has been static up until this point, and then all of a sudden it starts arcing around, breaking right through the 180 line. Then comically, when the Nazi officer asks if he too can smoke a pipe, then pulls out a ridiculously large pipe, far more elaborate than what the farmer has been smoking throughout the entire scene. So, does the 180 rule apply to a one-person interview? Absolutely. So let's say you're interviewing someone, and of course you have to have the camera set up to capture the interview. So although it's only one person in the interview, that person is still talking to someone or some entity. Even if they were talking to themselves, the 180 rule still applies. You only break the 180 rule when you want the audience to feel disorientated, or you have to for story reasons. So in this scenario, we'll put the interviewer off camera right here. Then we'll draw an imaginary line between the two people, extend that line out. Because our A cam is on this side, that means we're on this side of the line. If we set up a B cam, it would obviously have to be here on this side. But so often we want the person we're interviewing to talk directly to the camera, directly addressing the viewer like I'm doing right now. In that situation, I'd put the interviewer right here behind the camera, draw an imaginary line, extend it out. Now, because the A cam isn't actually on one side of the line or the other, you can choose which side you would like to put the B cam. Since we're already set up here, I'll leave it, but now we've just established which side of the line we are working on. If we were to set up a C cam, it would have to go on this side. But in this example I'm going to show you, we only have an A cam and a B cam. So let's actually see what this would look like. Hello, I am Bravici, but you can just call me Braviciocho. I made the movie, the acclaimed short, Don't Want No Peanuts. I was the writer, the director, I did the costumes, and I made the coffee. Amazing, amazing. Braviciocho, what a guy, right? Incredible director and just a spectacular human being. Now, what if the interviewer didn't abide by the 180 rule and stood right between the two cameras? We draw a line between the two, extend it out. Our A cam is on this side of the 180 degree line. Our B cam is now breaking the 180 rule. So let's see what that looks like. Hello, I am Bravici, but you can just call me Braviciocho. I made the movie, the acclaimed short, Don't Want Peanuts. I was the writer and the director. I made the costumes. And I made the coffee. Terrible. Braviciocho is starting to look like an idiot. Not good. It just doesn't make any sense why he's looking right, then he's looking left, then he's looking right. It just it doesn't make any sense. One trick I want to share is that as the interviewer, you have the responsibility of where the interviewee's eyes are looking. So in that example where we wanted the person we're interviewing to look directly into the camera, I sit directly behind the camera at a level that my eyes are as close as reasonably possible to the camera. That way the person that I'm interviewing, they still get to have a conversation with the interviewer and have that eye contact, but it looks like they're talking directly into the camera. I even go so far as to ask my camera operators to make themselves as invisible as reasonably possible. If your B cam operator is just staring at the person being interviewed, it makes it so easy for that person getting interviewed to make eye contact with them. But if you tuck them behind the camera, they are so much less likely to draw the attention of the person getting interviewed. So let's put Braviciocho to the challenge. Let's see how he does when the interviewer is off camera and not close to the camera, but actually standing up away from the camera. The A cam and the B cam are completely competing for attention. Hello, my name is Bravici, but you could just call me Braviciocho. I made the short film, the acclaimed short film, Don't Want Peanuts. I was the writer, the director. I did the costume. And I made the coffee. Braviciocho had no idea where to look. He seemed all over the place. He obviously didn't look like the esteemed director that we know him to be. He looked a little, dare I say, dumb. So that's on us. That is our responsibility. Okay, like I said, this is part 1. Look out for part 2, where we'll go over the 180 rule with multi-person scenes. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to see my 180 skills in action, head over to joyrec.com, my narrative website where you can purchase the feature film we created, a Colorado road trip, or watch our short films for free. Head over there and I will see you on the next video. Hello, this is Don from the future. Bravici reached out and he's upset. He said his name is Bravici Ocho, not Bravici Ocho. I tried to tell him I'm sorry. Italians, huh? Am I right? Oof.